Hello, thanks for joining me today. I'm Bets Golden. Today I'm going to be working with this beautiful digital download by Calico Collage. This is an ATC set and it's just lovely. I actually had staples printed up on a little bit of a higher grade paper than I have in my stash, and I love how bright and vivid the colors are. It's not digitalized or anything. You would never know that this is a digital download. So anyway, I'm going to make an affirmation card today that has little files to put these on tags and then to slip into those. So I thought I would do that with you today, and I'm going to be doing it with an all-purpose inclusive paper type glue, which is by Super Tights, the dual tip Max glue pen. It's wonderful, it's super strong, it cleans easy, and it's solvent free, so it doesn't make me sick. The first thing I'm going to do is I am going to trim these out, and then I will adhere them to tags. Now I have my cards trimmed down, and I also went ahead and die cut out some pink tags. I'm going to place all but one of these on the tag to put into the card. I'm going to keep this one aside for my cover on my card. I'm going to use, there's two ends on this. There is a thinner end and then a thicker end that has almost like a brush on it, which is super awesome. Now, the thing I discovered that with this is when I use it, it will form a skin of glue over the top, and I just simply remove that with my fingers the next time I use it, and it comes right up, and it doesn't dry out the inside of the glue or anything, which is nice. So I just rub that all over. And I'm going to go ahead and just place this on this little tag. I'm not going to embellish this much because we're going to have quite a lot of busyness going on with the type of card I'm making. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some gemstones, they're the pearls, and I'm going to place one on the top, and then I'm going to take these beautiful green gems that I found, and I'm going to do a couple of those on this and just call it good. Our beautiful tags that we made, and they're very simple because, like I said, we're putting them into something that has a lot going on and it's busy. So our card, when it is said and done, is not going to be simple. But before I start to assemble the card, I do want to go ahead and take this one and get it adhered to this glitter piece of paper. What I like about the Super Tight Dual Tip Max glue pen is that it will adhere to glitter. Sometimes when you're working with glitter, nothing sticks to it, so it can be very, very challenging. So this will actually adhere nicely. It does take a few minutes for liquid adhesive to set up. It's not fast, a really like quick bond like you would get out of a tape runner, which is what I want because I want to be able to kind of smoosh it around and move it around. But by the time I start to get my card ready to go, this will be set up enough so that I can place it on the front. So that's why I wanted to do it first. From here on out, I'm actually going to be using this end of the glue pen, and let's go ahead and start on that. I have marked on my little notes what size everything needs to be. I am going to be making a 5x7 card. So my cover, my base, needs to be 11 by 7.5, and then I need two pieces to go into the card. The middle inside needs to be 10 by 3, And the bottom inside needs to be 10 by 2.5. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to score this 4 times. Actually, is going to be the outside of my card, and this is going to be the inside. Super important that when you do this, you use double-sided paper because you are going to see both sides on the card. Okay, so the first score line that I need to make is going to be at the 5.5 mark. Now, this is a 5 by 7 card, but I'm going to be doing something in which I fold the sides in to create pockets, and I'm going to do that, and you'll see why in a minute. You'll be like, oh, that makes sense. Then I'm going to take and score at the 1/4 mark line on each side. So here, the 11, I'm going to go to 10 3/4. Going to rotate this, and I'm going to score along the bottom at that 1/4 line. So on each side, for the cover of your card, we scored 1/4 in. We won't have to do this for any of the other cards. We just need to score down the center. I'm going to take and cut out this little square that's right here in the corner that my score lines has created. I'm going to set this aside, and I'm just simply going to score down this one, my 10 by 3 sheet. I'm going to score down the middle at the 5 mark and score at the 5 line. This is a 10 by 2.5. Now's the fun part. Now I get to line it all up and assemble my card. So I'm going to fold these edges over first, and I'm simply going to slip in my panels that I created. I have done this for my planner numerous times for both the TN and the Happy Planner, so if you're curious on how that works, make sure you check it out. All right, so the score line should match up perfectly, and I'm just going to slide this in. And I actually need to take this down. I was wrong on my first measurement. It's not supposed to be 11. It's supposed to be 10.5, which is no big deal. I'm going to go ahead and just trim off some of this excess. This happens when you craft. I almost edited this out, but I've decided to leave it in because it's important that you see people make mistakes. Not everybody is perfect all the time, and this is part of crafting, and I need to change my blade. So I got my measurements messed up, but that is a-okay. I'm going to fix it right now, and then we're just going to do that score once again. And now we will start to assemble our card. All right. So these are going to fold over like so, and it's going to create a nice little pocket. And you'll see what I do as I go along. I put this one in first. Sure to take my other end, the precision end, and I am just going to adhere up to the point that the paper lays in. So I'm just adhering up to that point. And then I'm going to just nick right here and right here. And what that does is that allows me to utilize the entire pocket. doing the same thing, making sure that I nick it at that point, and I nick it at this point as well. And now I'm going to actually adhere these separately to my inserts. Okay, so I'm just taking that one, pressing it down, this one, pressing it down. Actually, this one needs to. And I'm going to take that right there, press that down so that the two slots are not connected. Basically what that means is that if I want to slip something into the pocket all the way over here, I can. It'll get over there. It won't interfere at all. And same with that. And then I'm going to adhere the tops, finish it off just to make it look like it all belongs together. And if you're wondering what paper this is actually a paper pack from the Planner Society kit. So this was paper that was in a lot of people's planners. That's what it was intended for. So I'm using it in a little bit of a different way. Some pressure. Because like I said, you know, this is a liquid adhesive, so the cool thing is it doesn't dry right away, so that you can get a really nice, flawless adhesion. Is that the right word? You adhere it really well, but you do have to take some time with it. And then we need to also do the bottom. We're just going to fold this right up. Like so. And I'm just going to add some pressure to it. The bottle does say that it takes 24 hours to, you know, set up, but within about a minute, usually you're able to go ahead and work on the project some more. Okay, so before we fill this, I want to go ahead and decorate the front of my card, because this is a card. And do you see how all those lines, the score lines, line up? So it does fold over nicely, like so. All right, but before I fold it all the way over, I want to work with it open, because when you fold it, it creates a spring. So I die cut out some beautiful vellum also from the Planner Society paper pack, and it has a cute little girl on it, and her colors match perfectly. I found this on clearance at Michael's. I have a big stash of it. You guys have been seeing me use this if you follow me. It's just a doily. And then I'm going to pop dot this, and it's a little clip art from that same Planner Society kit. I thought that would be cute too. And we'll add this. So once again, I'm going to use my super tight dual tip glue pen. And I'm just going to use my brush end on the center of this. And then I'm going to apply actually the brush end to the inside of this circle right now and lay my vellum over that. When it dries, it will dry clear. And then from here, I'm going to place this card that I'm using as a sentiment, I should say. The only thing I am not going to use the glue on today is my little bird. I'm actually going to put him on a pop dot. So he's going to go there. And I do think that I want to add some bling to this. Now for the fun part, we get to go ahead and put our tags inside of our pockets in here. So I'm going to flip this over. And I'm going to do 2 tags per pocket. So when the recipient gets this card, they can go ahead and use these tags on something else, or they can just use them as, you know, positive affirmations and just to feel good. And now you can understand why I made the tags a little bit plain, because when they get in here, that's a lot of activity going on. And so that is how you create a beautiful affirmation card. That's how you do it. And if you are interested in creating more of these file type cards for your planners and whatnot as inserts, please make sure you check out my playlist that has everything planner in it. And I walk you through how to do that for TNs, for happy planners, and the one I do for the happy planner you can easily put in a ring bound B6. So, all right, guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down below. I also have links provided, including the super tight link with a discount code for you that'll get you a percentage off of a $5 order. So that's kind of nice too and handy. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and make sure to share it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, why haven't you? Why don't you go ahead and do that too? Until next time, happy crafting.